Meanwhile, this week in Brussels, White House officials set to resume trade talks after a 2-month pause to try and settle unresolved sticking points on tariffs.
One of those officials is our next guest, U.S. Trade Representative Jamieson Greer, and he's joining us live from Brussels. Tell us what you're learning there in Brussels. Give us the lowdown.
Great to be with you all this morning. So this has been a great meeting so far. I've been meeting with my counterpart. I've been meeting with members of European Parliament. I've been meeting with American businesses who do business over here in Europe and in Belgium. And listen, things are moving along. We're here to take stock of what progress the Europeans have made. As you remember, back in July, they made a great deal with President Trump where they agreed to move all of their tariffs on industrial goods by 99%, right, down to zero for almost everything we send them, give us a lot of new market access for American agricultural products. And so the good news is the Europeans, they've started their legislation. Like us, they have a process, a legal process they have to go through. That process is well underway. There are a lot of other areas we're discussing, purchases the Europeans are doing, new European investment in the United States to bring jobs for Americans. So we're here to just take stock of that progress and see where next steps are going.
And Jamieson, if I can ask you, so where are the sticking points? We know, I mean, you're looking to extend the deal that was cut back in July, and we know, or we've been led to believe, that the EU wants to specifically cut those 50% tariff on steel. But from your view, where you said, where are the sticking points right now?
Sure. Well, listen, on EU, desires to have more liberalization. We have had a giant trade deficit with the EU for many years. They send us, $240 billion worth of goods more per year than we do, and there's a lack of reciprocity, and that's what the deal is supposed to fix. So when I have Europeans coming to me and saying, hey, President Trump modified tariffs for Europe, should we do it some more? I mean, my view is, listen, let's get full implementation of the current deal. Obviously, we're happy to talk to them about, alternatives in the future and next steps, et cetera. But I want to make sure that the current deal is fully implemented.
Right.
Sticking points, for me, these are things like non-tariff barriers, right? They're not super sexy to talk about, but they're rules and regulations that exclude American goods from their markets.
Right.
So even if you lower the tariff, it can be hard to get them in. So we're into the nitty-gritty of those discussions.
Right. We're running out of time here, but real quickly, I wanted to get to this. President Trump has talked about a $2,000 tariff rebate checks for Americans. How likely is that to actually pan out, and how concerned are you that those checks will add inflationary pressures?
Well, first of all, the tariffs are on, foreign goods made by foreign workers from foreign countries. So it makes sense that we assess a tariff on those and that American families can benefit from that. So working with Congress or others, this is real money that's coming in. We need to decide what to do with that. The $2,000, that's one option the president's been very, eager to discuss and explore. I'm not too worried about inflation, right? This is not some kind of ongoing new welfare program or something like that that would exacerbate any inflation. If it's a one-time check or something like that, I think American families would probably welcome that, but I don't think it would change the overall macroeconomic picture.
Trade Representative Jamieson Greer live in Brussels. Jamieson, thank you very much for your time, and good luck out there.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.